in my veins. Carbon fiber blood stain. Telemetry screaming, I'm not just a driver, I'm a weapon. Grip the wheel like a vice. Every apex sacrifice. Brake late, dive deep. I see your fear, it's mine to keep. Burn it down, build the crown. This league don't play, we tear it out. Throttle pulse, no remorse. We race to break the course.
Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into Turn 1 and the long back straight into Turn 12.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to maintain that all race. That's
you gotta keep it up. It's all about the show here in Texas. Let me tell you what. All right,
everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right. So we got a couple people already taken to the track, but the all right, that's enough of that for right now. The story so far is, we're missing a few drivers, unfortunate, a few last minute pullouts, but there is one name that's missing. That is very noticeable, and he's normally in a Ferrari, so we're missing Verb tonight.
It's a big shame for Verb. He's just got the busy real life calendar pop up, and it's going to put a real spanner in his championship aspirations if Sprinter and Mozza and the likes, and even Zonix these days, puts in a good weekend. So, he's got to sort of sit and pray that there's some chaos, but look, a lot's got to go his way if he wants to stay in this fight.
Yeah, it certainly does. And, Texas does breed a little bit of chaos. Real quick, just want to shout out Roshan. How you doing, man? I hope everything's going well for you over there. Thanks for tuning in, mate. But yeah, it can be chaotic here in Texas. In the Dark Horse, the unsung hero at the minute that is quietly creeping up the ranks, and you said his name is Zonix in the Mercedes. That is a name to watch, I reckon, as we head into the last two races here.
Absolutely. He's been putting together some really consistent and really productive races of late, picking up that cheeky sprint race win in Silverstone, which was nice for his championship aspirations. So if he puts together another solid race here, I believe he's only a couple points off that championship lead. He keeps putting it together. Anything's possible with his last two races. And, obviously Spa being a 100% race, that's bound to be an absolute thriller with chaos in shoe.
Yeah, look, I think Spa is definitely going to be an interesting race. Like, there's no doubt about it. We got the reverse championship grid order to start it off. There's no qualifying. It's 100%. And strategy is going to come into it. It will be a heavily strategized race. It's no longer just, medium hards. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a little bit of something for everybody, is what we'll say. There's going to be plenty of chaos, and no one will be left disappointed, that's for sure. So, but at the moment, our focus is on Cota, I suppose. Locking in on this, I'm on board with Ranieri at the moment. He goes through Sector 1. It's a very tough track, this. He's said pretty publicly that it's not his favourite. But, the reindeer, he's pulling that sled along. Anything is possible with a bit of luck on his side as he puts it into this tough, tight left, almost a hairpin. It pulls you out. It can catch you out if you're not quite ready, but onto a very long straight here, which can be a blinding sun over the crest. But if you look into the sky, it's quite cloudy today, so we won't have to be worrying about that one. Slight kink in the bend all the way down. trying to pick out the braking marker. It's a bit after the 150 board into the, again, another tight left-handing hairpin, and now into the free-flowing sector of Sector 3. The right followed by the second right. It's all about apexing here. You want to hit them a little bit later than you're ready for, especially this one here. Hang it out to dry, then tuck it right in late. There it is. Done it pretty well there. Now it's all about the throttle control. Can you get the foot down into the quadruple right-hander, the only one we see on the calendar in F1? Now into the blind left-hander, I'd argue the trickiest corner on the track. It's all about getting this right. Touches the curb a little bit inside, but looks very nice and tidy. One more to go, one more corner to navigate. How is he going to do so? Looks to get the foot down nicely. It doesn't look like too bad of a lap. It's going to be a 33.2. Not a terrible banker, but he'll be looking to go faster next time.
No, definitely not a bad banker. And like you've said, he's been very public with, we'll say, his disdain for Cota. Let's just call it what it is. He hates this track. But Sprinter Giggles has put it on pole, doing 1 second quicker than the man we were just on board with, the Prancer. Oh, and Cheetong. Cheetong spins it around. He's got 2 Haas on the way, manages to get into the grass like a John Deere lawnmower, and he's got a little bit of traffic. Should probably hang it around the outside just to be a little bit safe. As the Mercedes, there's an Aston, looks like a Racing Bull. Racing Bull just coming up around him. So it looks like he's done well. Oh, it was Dynasty or Brandy 0694.
Yeah, so all these different names, yeah, throws the spanner in the works, especially on the telemetry side. But we make it work, don't we, Mr. Balls?
We certainly do. We certainly do. To answer Roshan, yeah, mate, we're doing really good. Just a few cars short of a full grid tonight. Just a few people couldn't make it. Work was kicking butt and taking names this Thursday, unfortunately. And a couple of people are just knackered. Most notably, Fish Lips, missing him on the grid. And, Husey, he was a pull-out. That guy that just said something in the chat right there. But, it is what it is. He's tuning in. Appreciate the support. How do you think Kick are going to do, Tyrone? Kick are arguably one of the strongest teams in Div 1. Like Mozzarella Fingers, with the marinara sauce hat, he is still in the pits, but he is arguably my favorite for pole tonight.
He's absolutely my favourite pole. I've been hearing some rumours throughout the paddock of this man's confidence and pace around Cota. And when he leaves the pits, he will be must-see television. I think he's going to put in an all-timer lap for Division 1. And I will not be surprised to see a Sauber 1-2 at the end of this one, because Sprinter looks like he's got the pace too. But I've got to put the shout out to my man, Jerry. He's up there. He's only a tenth off the pace. I think he's a dark horse at all times. You can't count him out.
No, I would agree with that. Gerbot, he does. I mean, and it should also be said as well that, Gerbot moved up from Division 2. So, and he's kind of really put it down here in Div 1.
Yeah, absolutely. He's taken the step up and said, well, if I'm going to be quick in Div 2, I might as well be quick in Div 1, and said, I can hang with you guys, and I'm not only going to hang, I'm going to win, because he went and took the Silverstone win. So, he's proven well and truly that he wants to be here. He said he wants to move up. He's proven that he's absolutely worthy of it, and all luck and all greatness to him. I think he's in for another good race this week.
Yeah, I think we are in for a good race as well. And, what do you think pole time's going to be? I reckon a low 131s.
A low 31. That is bold. I'm going to say a mid 31, and it's going to be my Mr. Mozzarella Fingers.
You reckon it's going to be? Yep. See, you're on board with the Mazda too.
Yep.
Flubber, don't be throwing that out there. All right. People are we're building the suspense. Hughesy's saying a 131.4. Flubber the Clown's in the chat saying, he wonders why we think it's going to be Mazda with a 131. We're very intuitive. We're very intuitive people.
I've just got the vibe. It's just a vibe. That's all it is.
You know what? Let's get a poll in the chat. Flubber's saying it's going to be a sub 131 time. Do we want
sub? Oh my goodness.
I know. I don't think so, but whatever. He's an OFI driver, that guy.
Let me get a prediction in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to get a prediction in? Are we gonna do sub 131, or are we gonna do who's on pole?
I'm going to say, is pole going to be more or less than a 131.4?
A 131.4. There you go. Throw some
Will it be
channel
lower?
points
Yes
down.
or no?
You know, we really need to flesh out some of these channel points too, don't we? I think we need to
Yeah,
maybe work out like a reward system, so to speak, or something along those lines, a reason, an incentive.
absolutely. I'm on board with Mozza anyway. Are you on board with Mozza, Mr. Thunderballs?
Let's go on board
Sparkle
with
Nuts,
Mozza. Let's go.
take us away.
You do it.
Oh, anytime. He runs through sector. He runs through sector one. The swooping S's of sector one, very reminiscent of your Japans, of your Jettas. Tucks it into the left hand, a little bit tricky, a little bit off camera. Now, this is a very tricky complex here. The right hander up the hill, then the blind left hander wants to take a bit of curve, not too much. That car is squirreling everywhere. He's throwing everything he has at this lap. He missed the first run, so he's already a run behind. I wonder if that's an intentional thing he's doing. Now, it's the left hand little hairpin. Want to load exit for the best exit onto this straight, because this straight is long. He knows the trick. He's on the painted stuff. It's smoother. It's an improved top speed. It's all about keeping it as tight as you can to that right-hand side of the track. Now, pick the braking marker. Oh, he's gone very wide as he kept it on the track. He has. Oh, that's a big rear lock-up. But he's managed to keep it going the right way. Would have lost a little bit of time there. Now into the intricate sector 3, the right double right-hander. Want to leave it out wide, tuck it back in. Now, it's all about this apex here, as it's pretty much flat out to the last 2 corners. Quadruple apex on the right coming up. Get it to the left, tuck it in on the first one. Let it run wide, tuck it in again. Nicely done here from Mozza. Looks tidy. He's going to pick up a real distant slipstream, but also a bit of dirty air from that car ahead. It looks like one of the RBs. I can't tell who, though. Last corner, he's going to pick up a lot of dirty air here. It might lose him a little bit of time. Looks like the car's a little bit unstable. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 32.4. Not what I was expecting from Mozzarella Fingers.
No, not what I was expecting from Biga Cheese Fingers either, but he will be going back out. It's still early days here in this quali. We got 7 minutes to go. That track is looking really breezy. I just went over to Jackal, and he is sliding all over the place in that Aston Martin. And yeah, Jerrybot just set a 132.1, so those times are starting to come down. Oh, Husey redeemed a Q&A with comms. Oh, here we go. This guy. There it is. Sprinter Giggles is already in the 131. So 131.7. All right, Husey, hop in. But
hop in the chat, mate, and you can question away.
Yeah, what's going on, Yuki?
Now, I'm looking at the times, and excluding the top 2, the grid is covered, excluding Jerrybot, Sprinter Giggles, and Shining Swarm, who hasn't put down a respective time quite yet. The field is covered by less than 8/10, so it looks like it's going to be close qualifying, as it always is here with Division 1. I'm very intrigued to see how it shakes up, because, names can end up anywhere. All it takes is one good lap or one bad lap, and you can find yourself right out of position.
Yeah, certainly.
Husey.
Can I get you to just investigate something that Dynasty Sparrows said in the chat?
I certainly can.
Thank you. Is Husey in the chat?
I heard someone joining.
I've got everything.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
He is talking. So, Husey, before you ask us some questions, I'll ask you a question. Why aren't you racing tonight, mate?
I'm unfortunately away at work.
Oh. Yeah, that's
all right.
That's definitely not going to help.
That will do it. That will do it.
Be on the track. So what's going on, mate? You've redeemed some channel points. Bit of a Q&A. What have you got?
I thought I'd show that we've been putting in some work with the Twitch stream. There is points you can spend. I've also added a couple of things in there for you comboys to play around with. But my question: how is planning for season 2 of Rmpt going?
Big talks. Pretty good. Next question.
That was it. There's only one question.
Keeps it under wraps.
I said next question. It's okay. No, look, at the end of the day, yeah, there is some plans in process. We're still finalizing some things like tracks. Season length we're kind of set on. Start date we're kind of set on. It's just about tracks and going forward from there.
All will be reviewed with greatness in due time. Now, to answer your question before, Thunder, oops is all I say, and you can take what you need from that.
All right. I think what we might do is after quali, we will.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sort it out.
I think so.
Yeah, after
We'll have to do
quali.
a,
Yeah.
we'll have to do a lobby reset,
Yep.
but we'll make sure the qualifying will stand.
Yep.
Qualifying will stand.
Yeah, everybody's got the same conditions, but when it comes to race, it's all about racecraft and making sure you can keep your car within track limits. So, yeah, we're going to have to reset the lobby after this. Look, thanks for popping in, Husey. Husey has said that he's added a few things to you viewers that you can redeem your channel points on in the chat. So, feel free to do that. It's not like you're saving them up. You're not going to buy a house or anything with them, that's for sure.
I
But,
mean, you never know.
yeah,
The
well,
economy's a strange thing.
oh, it certainly is, isn't it? But I tell you what, if you could buy a house with channel points,
Oh my.
brother, I would be streaming. I am that type of socialist that I would stream so everybody could just gain channel points on it, and we could all buy houses at a cheap rate.
It would be a beautiful time to be alive, wouldn't it?
Amen. Yeah.
Truly a beautiful time.
Roshan is saving up for a Kit Kat. He needs a break. That's for damn sure.
All right, just give me 1 second. I'm just announcing the news to the Division 1 drivers.
Yep, they're gonna love it.
Yep, they are.
So yeah, we see Chidong. He's currently finished his lap 132.6. This is one of those tracks where your mid 132s are going to be the bulk of the group. But I think when he comes around for his lap, we might hop on board with Jerbot. And looks like Panic. Oh, he's on his in lap. He said a 132.7. Wanted to hop on board with him. I know he's been putting in some practice here at Cota, and I'm hoping he can manage to pull it in. As long as you can keep it penalty free here in Cota, chances are you're going to go up a spot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's one of those tracks that really leans towards drivers who can keep it within the white lines, which is another reason why we need to fix the corner cutting. What is it? The severity or whatever the setting's called. Because through Sector 1 here, it's very, very easy to go off track. So I just watched Shining Swarm completely cut Sector 1. Alrighty then. Interesting. Has he pulled out? No, he hasn't. I can't figure out what's going on. But yeah, it's one of those tracks that it's very easy to go extend yourself on corner exits in a lot of the areas. So it really leans towards those drivers who can keep the car under control while still pushing the limit.
Yeah. I think he's on his in lap at the minute.
Very good. I was very confused.
I don't know.
So what we got? How much time we got?
He's got 10% batteries in hot lap. I don't know what's going on.
Minute 36 to go. Who's on track? Who's going to get around? Who's not? Ranieri will not.
If you're not out now, you're not getting it. That's all there is to it. If you're not out now, you're not making it. So the last person to come across the line is going to be a Ferrari. And is it going to be Scotty or China? It's going to be China, our lobby host. Mason Zucca, what's up, bro? Mason Zucca in the chat. He had a really good race over at Silverstone last weekend, from what I could see. Unfortunately, I missed that one, but I was there for the celebrations, we'll say. But is Jerbot currently on his lap? Yes, he is. Let's just go on board with Jerbot. We won't go on board, but just want to see how he takes this, because he's currently the only one that's really one of the top three that are pushing that 131 time.
Absolutely. And his first sector looks to have been pretty tidy from what I'm seeing, but maybe lost a little bit of time. So need to find a little bit more through sectors 2 and 3 as he heads down the back straight. It really is between that man there, 31-4, mozzarella fingers, Sprinter Giggles, Jerebot. I think that's going to be your top three in any order you so feel.
I think you're spot on with that. Mason, to let you know, I did watch a bit of the race. Maybe got in a little bit of trouble at the wedding reception, but it is what it is. I meant I wasn't racing on track with you guys. But, yeah, so Jerebot, 132.1. He's still got time. Is he... Oh, nope, this is his lap. There's only 2 seconds to go, so it looks like he's given up.
I think he's pulled out. Yeah, he's pulled out
on the lap, so... Let's see, we got Jackal on a lap, and then who's in the Alpine? That would be Panic. He's already finished.
He's finished, yep.
Jackal's on the lap, and then...
Zonix with the next across the line.
Thank you very much for that.
You are so welcome. Just looking at his sector times, he's currently up on his time. He's up by a decent amount through the second sector. So if he can find a similar amount in this last sector now, he will put himself right up into contention. Currently finds himself a second and a bit off the pace. That corner cutting is seriously playing into effect here, giving the drivers a little bit of leniency, but all drivers have the same conditions. A 32 flat does put himself into P3. Nice lap there from Zonix if you take out the fact that he went a little bit wide.
He was almost in Louisiana with that turn, but it is what it is. Marzi comes through on a P6, and then we got Sprinter Giggles, or is it Mozzarella? Not Sprinter Giggles. He's already finished.
Two-door across the line. He's currently a couple tenths up.
132 flat. So the RBs have come in, and they're chasing kick. Like they've said it in the chat.
It's very
several
public.
times. They want to take kick down. So this will be a good little rivalry to see how everybody responds. But this looks to be your order. You want to go ahead and go through the order? I can go through the order. P1, we got Mozzarella Fingers. So I was right. Pole position, P1, 131.4. We did not see that prediction come true. Tyrone, do you need to pay that out? P2 is
Hang it out.
Sprinter Giggles. P3 I missed because I'm an idiot. Zonix, I think it is, in the Mercedes. Yep, Jackal P4, two-door P5, Whiff P6, Jerbot P7, Marzi P8, Brandy P9, which is Dynasty Sparrow, Chidong 10, China 11, Panic 12, Scotty 13, Bomber 14, Ranieri 15, uncharacteristic slap from Tim, followed by Shining Swarm. So we are going to take a break. There's a bit of a red flag. We're going to have to reset the grid and get everything sorted out, get some settings set correctly, and we will be right back.
Absolutely. Will kick dominance bore fans.
thank you for being patient and waiting for us. We have returned. There were some slight lobby setting issues, but everything's been fixed up. We've got the grid set. Everybody's just setting their strategies, and hopefully, Tyrone, they remember to put their car setups back on.
Yes, do not forget your strategies and your setups, JDs and Lettleman.
Yes, yes, exactly right. I could go another JD. Speaking of JDs, and one that's one thing to say as well. Like we're missing the other McLaren and JYD. So Junkyard Dog, unfortunately, not on the grid tonight. Haven't heard anything from him. Did shoot him
No,
a
I
message to
have.
check in. Yeah, is he all right?
He's all right. He's just got stuck at work, unfortunately. One of those late days that
He's
just never
another one of
wanted to
them.
end for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's a shame.
that's unfortunate. And he's new to PC as well, so he's taking a little bit of time to get accustomed to it, but he's wrapping his head around it. He's getting there. It's a definite change when you go from console to PC. If you're
Oh,
not
yeah, big
aware of
time.
it, like when you get a PC and you see you got to load the game up and me. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna shut up. Here we go. We got 3, 4, 5 lights out, and away we go here at Austin, Texas, Cota, Circuit of the Americas. We got Mazda and Sprinter Giggles out front, followed by Zonix. Is it going to be a clean turn one? So far, so good. Everybody is looking good. We got 3 wide. 3 wide, but everybody is keeping it clean. Lots of respect shown tonight. We're going through the S's. Jerbot, he's kind of fallen back a little bit. He's down to P8. It doesn't look like he has any damage on that Haas, but it is tight racing here in the first lap. So Cheedung looks like he's trying to get up to Jerbot. I don't know. Did Jerbot not get the setup on? Did he pull one of those snafus? I don't know. Panic's dropped down a couple of places too. China and Scotty looks like they're about the same. Shining Swarm is rounding everything out in P15, but does get the move done on Scotty going up in to this long downhill straight with that tight left-hander. Oh, and we see Tudor. Tudor looks like he was trying to make a move up the inside, realizes he's not going to get it done, swings it to the outside, which was the smart play, and now he's been able to go ahead and get the move done on Jackal. Tyrone, can you please invite Zonix back?
I just saw that. I'm all over it.
Thank you very much. Hey, Kaner, thanks for throwing up the logo in the chat, mate. But here we go. We got both kicks working together right now. Sprinter and Mozzarella Fingers, they're out to a 2-second lead on Tudor at the minute. And that does it for lap 1. Those boys are cooking in those kicks. Could they be doing the 2-stop strategy?
Oh, look, it's a bit early to say yet. It's possible, but look, if I was a betting man, it's a classic segment. I'm saying they're going 1-stop.
Yeah, I'd say they're going 1-stop as well. And as we know, Zonix has disconnected. He's got, I don't know, maybe he's clicking together 2
He's not popping up
sticks.
on my friend list. He's not popping up on my friends list.
Oh,
I don't know where he is.
Sorry, chat.
I apologize. I thought I had him added.
Yeah, I mean, you probably do. You know how it is, these drivers.
It's EA. It's EA.
Let's just blame EA. All right, Zonix,
You
check
blame
your
EA.
invite, mate. Get back in. You've only dropped 3 spots. You're ahead of Marzi, but he's going to get the job done on this DRS straight. He's got the flap open. Master Splinter getting the job done on that Mercedes. And you know what? I think nothing makes Marzi happier than passing a Mercedes. Oh man, Husey,
Absolutely.
that's a high price for an onboard, but we're gonna give it to you. We'll give it to you on lap 2. We're gonna see if Jackal can catch up to the likes of Tudor. But right now, Jerbot is getting the job done on Zonix. That AI is dropping back. Zonix, get back, brother. Bombers just passed you too. Come on, mate. You can do it. EA netcode
Absolutely.
is awesome. But Husey has
Absolutely.
requested an onboard for Jackal, who is our graphics guy. Don't get it twisted. Jackal is our main graphics guy. He does everything. And we're going to go on board with him for lap number 3 here in Cota. Tyrone, take it away.
Absolutely. As he comes up the hill into turn 1, a tricky braking zone. You can brake a little bit later than you think. He slides it through turn 1 there, almost like he's Tokyo drifting in a JDM car. But that's all right as he comes now down the hill into sector 1. He's about 2.6 seconds off the group ahead, or off Tudor at the start of the lap as he winds himself through the left, the right, the double right. then it's a tricky little corner, this one. Easy to run wide. Need to keep it in the middle of the track to open up the next right-hander. And then the final couple of corners of Sector 1, really easy to lose the rear. Does well so to keep the traction down nicely there. Now, downhill braking into the next one, into the hairpin left, onto the back straight. Want to straighten this up as quickly as possible. Get the power down. He has dropped a few tenths through Sector 1. Could be a setup choice. Let's see how he goes in terms of his speed down this back straight. There's two ways you can go with the setup around here. You can go high downforce for Sectors 1 and 3, or low downforce for this long straight now, as he looks like he's under attack now from Whiff behind, who throws it up the inside. And it looks like Whiff might have a bit of front wing end plate damage there, as he does get the move done. So now Jack wants to tuck in behind through the tricky Sector 3 now. The double right-hander, that dirty air is going to be giving him plenty of trouble. Need to throw it out wide. A lot of people will look to the dive down the inside, as Marzi has there. A little bit of contact with Jackal. Pushed him a little bit wide. Jackal won't be stoked about that. But I do wonder, being on those softs, is Jackal, are those tyres a little bit overheated? Are they already a little bit cooked? He could be in the wrong boat as we come into the final two corners of the lap. He's lost 2 places now, and Whiff is now 4 seconds off the back of his teammate Tudor. Jackal had a bit of an average lap here, a bit scruffy, but needs to try to get his head down, focus in for the next, what do we got, 24 laps.
Yeah, 24 laps on this track, and it gets hot, greasy, gets really slidey, and don't really know what happened there with Marzi and Jackal, but you can bet it wasn't planned. That's not a driving style that he would be proud of, that's for sure.
Not at all, and it does look like Marzi has a bit of end plate damage from what I'm seeing on my data, as well as I think it was Whiff or Tudor, one of the RBs also had end plate damage. So some early contact in this race. They're going to be feeling that all the way through Sector 1. It's really important that they learn to manage that as quick as possible.
Yeah, 100%, and I'm done pouring my drink. Panic is the first one to pick up a 3-second penalty. I was going to put a poll out, right? I was thinking about this today on my way home from work. I was all like, you know, we should do some predictions. And I was going to put a poll out and say, will Husey be the first one to pick up a penalty? But he's not driving tonight, unfortunately. And it looks like Panic has said, don't worry, Husey, I got you, fam. As we see Jackal go a little bit sideways.
Not a little bit, that's a lot of bit sideways. Wow-wee.
Sorry, we were still on board there.
Zonix is back.
Zonix is back in, that's fantastic. Unfortunately,
he's not only back in the lobby,
he is
back of the grid.
He's dropped down. But you know the good thing is, right? It's only lap 4. We can see that anything can happen at this point in this race. There can be a safety car. This pack is still tight-knit, heading into lap 5. Zonix might be dead last at the minute, but we know he's got pace. And he's realistically only about 12 seconds off of the pack of where he should be.
Absolutely. And look, I don't like to jinx anything commentators curse, but it's been a while since I've had commentary runs on a race that's had a safety car. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen those yellow flags and that beautiful safety car take its time around the track. So, look, can we see some mid to late race chaos? Look, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'm all down for the chaos. I think you know that from me. I like a little bit of the mix-up. I like to see the strategy come into play. Who did the best tire strat? Who's gonna, who's gonna go on to inters at the right time? Because let's be real, nobody's using the wets.
No, those wets are about as useful as
a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Let's just say it that way.
That way, I was going to say as a small-sized meal in Austin, Texas. That was the way I was going to go, because no one takes a small meal in Texas.
That's right. You know what? I'm leaving it alone.
Marzi looking to make the move on Whiff now into the tight left-hander after the DRS straight there. Nice clean move there. And I think Whiff's end plate damage is doing more damage than I think it shows, because this group's now 6 seconds off the front pack. But that front pack, Tudor's only a second and a half off. If those Saubers keep battling a little bit, because they've swapped places a few times already, he'll be right on the back of them.
Yeah, but it should also be said as well, and this might be leading up a little bit, but those Kicks tires are hurting compared to the rest of the grid right now. Those Kicks tires, they're taking a thrashing, we'll just say.
Absolutely, and it's Mozza who's doing the damage. Being on controller, it's not the easiest job. But just for reference, his front tyres are on the same wear as Jackal, who was on the softs. Just for reference. His rears are in much better condition, but his fronts, he is really leaning on those fronts. He's throwing it into corners.
Yeah, that was my next driver that I was going to check was Jackal. I think Jackal was really expecting a lap 1 incident, like a lap 1 safety car, going into turn 2. Oh, Husey's saying hello in the chat, probably over the penalty thing. Yeah, hi, Husey. I'm waving to you too, mate. Appreciate all your work that you do here.
Yeah, you've seen some. If that's how people are waving to you, mate, you've got it all wrong. But you know, it is what it is. I'll let you
I
have it.
thought that was the Aussie wave.
The Aussie way is the old two fingers up backwards, mate. That's
Oh, is that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's just the single finger salute.
yeah, exactly right. Followed by a 5-knuckle shuffle if you're not careful. I think is how it works.
That's it. Yeah, Marzi. This second pack, so that the top 3, I'm gonna say, are kind of running away with it. Marzi
Yes.
seems to be dropping almost 2 to 3 tenths a lap at the minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the word struggling, but because he has got a little bit of front left wing damage, not visible, but it is there in the system. I think it's going to be difficult for anyone other than that top 3 to get a good result here without the intervention of a bit of a safety car.
Oh, and I was just turning it on Chi-Dung to see if he was going to get the job done on Panic. And that car is squiggly. He's got his teammate in Dynasty Sparrow right behind him. And how are they going to go going into this turn 1? So they've kind of spaced out a little bit more. Chi-Dung is eager to get on that power, though.
Yeah, he is really leaning on the rear tyres. He does not care about the rubber, the Pirelli rubber underneath him. He's saying, you're here for a job, and you're going to do it. He doesn't have any fear coming into those corners, and he's got to really be careful, especially with the dirty air. Those tyres are going to be sliding across this American tarmac, we'll call it, and it's pretty brutal in this heat, so he's got to be a little bit careful if he's going to be throwing around like that too often.
And, speaking of the tarmac and how it gets a bit slidey and greasy, I was hearing one of the other drivers today, he'll remain nameless, saying that one of the winning strats here is to overfuel your car. Have you heard anything
interesting.
like that?
That's new to my ears. I'm trying to think about the reasoning in my head. Looks like panic making a move on Jackal there. Potentially, for a heavier car, so you got a bit more grip on in the corners. Yeah, interesting.
That's what I heard. Like, especially in the quali laps, if you put 10 kilos in your car, you'll have more control and be able to turn tighter, and the car will stick a little bit better in the turns.
Very interesting. I'll be very intrigued to do a little bit of testing of that, as it looks like Brandy's or Dynasty Sparrow is going to go around the outside, of his teammate Chi-Dung, as he's stuck in behind Jackal on those soft tyres. And it looks like he could be losing 2 for the price of 1 here, as China's looking at the inside now of the Red Bull driver, but it looks like he's held it around the outside tidily there. Good, clean racing from the drivers there. Really well done.
They are, and Chi-Dung is looking like he's struggling a bit. Those rear tires might be overheating for the Red Bull driver, but China is looking like he's ready to pounce. But there's Zonix. Zonix is back in it. So this backpack is where the action's at. Like Dora the Explorer, kind of forbidden in Texas, but as she says, backpack. This is it.
Absolutely. These last, I don't want to call them bottom 5 drivers because they're not. It's a very close grid here in Div 1. But the last 5 on track are giving us a show as Jackal. I think I just saw a bit of carbon fiber flying from his car. Looked to have had a bit of contact. Yeah, looked to have dropped to the back and may have had a bit of contact. Let me just check what I've got on my end. Nothing for Jackal, so it may have come flying off a different car that has their telemetry restricted. And if that's you, damn you, turn your bloody telemetry on because I'm going to hunt you down.
This is the way. It makes it so difficult when telemetry's not on. But we do have a bit of a semi-request. Can we watch two-door for a bit? We will throw it on two-door for you a little bit, combo boy.
It's Chi-Dung. Sorry to cut you off. Chi-Dung.
What do you mean Chi-Dung?
He's got the end plate damage.
Oh, it's Chi-Dung with the end plate damage. So it's not Jackal. I think Jackal's just cooked those tires. Those soft tires at 7 laps old. Ballsy call.
Very. I'll give you one guess. What's the tire wear looking like? One guess.
60%.
Oh, gee, you wouldn't have won much money. It's 75.
Ooh, good lord. 7
and he's
laps
going
old.
another lap.
Why?
He must be. He's hanging for a safety car. He has to be.
He's got to be hanging for something. And I gotta say, it's 9 laps in, and we've only got 1 penalty.
Impressive.
That's pretty good pickings right now. That's pretty good pickings, if you ask me. But very
impressive.
We're just gonna hop down board to the Ferrari driver in China, It's looking like he's ready to pass Cheedong. Cheedong does not have DRS on Zonix. Zonix has left them behind. And he's going to be, you know, not too early to call, too early to say, but China already gets the move done on Cheedong. Maybe a little bit early because they're getting ready to head down to this DRS straight. But Scotty follows him up. Now China's got the rear gunner, and they're going to try and catch up to Zonix.
Absolutely, and Zonix is driving like a man on a mission. He is upset about the earlier disconnection. He's looking to make up for lost time, and he's doing so in a quick fashion. Just as I jump on board with Tudor, who has caught that front pack. It's now a front three-way battle, and it'll be interesting to see how those Sauber drivers drive together. They've been good throughout the year, throughout the season, in their rear gunning and their team driving tactics. Are they going to continue that, or with the championship coming on the line, a bit like McLaren in real life, are they going to start looking as Tudor's going to dive into the pits for a little undercut?
Yeah, here it is. Here's the first pit of the day. We got Tudor coming in. He's going to throw on the hards because, like we've been saying, there's so much choice here in this game. Medium to hards, 9 to 10 laps, 9 to 11 laps, and that's your strat. But I tell you what, Spa's going to be different, guarantee it. So Tudor out. Is he going to, he was only half a second behind Sprinter Giggles in P2. So how much of an undercut is there going to be for Tudor here?
Look, I'm going to be watching his second times very closely. Wow. That was millimeters away. And I've just been looking at the Red Bull of Dynasty Sparrow, who is on those hards from the start of the race. These hards can go forever. Absolutely forever. Looking at what I'm seeing here, which is some really good tyre care from Dynasty Sparrow, or these hards are invincible because he's sitting in a very, very comfortable spot.
That's really good to see for him. You know, he's a new addition here to Rmpt F1. He had his first race here last week and got on the podium. So, you know, it was a sprint race, and he was on the podium for both the sprint and the feature. So, expecting good things from Dynasty Sparrow or Brandy 0694, whatever you want to know him as. But I'm expecting good things from him.
Absolutely, and he had a very good performance in the Titan race. He reserved up as well and performed very, very well. So, plenty of pace in Brandy. Dynasty Sparrow, the second squared second of his name. He has got fantastic pace and has shown it on 2 occasions now, and looking to do what a third here.
And we're starting to see these cars spread out a little bit. It's that
what would make my day? What would make my day?
What
my
would
night,
make your
my
day?
week. It's a little green car, little green Aston Martin. It's got a little yellow light on top. There's a car called Bert. He drives it around at, just a casual pace. He's a cool guy. If you ever want to have a chill conversation with someone, Bert's your man. But he'd be lovely to come out in his little safety car in about 5 laps time, I think.
So Whiff has had a wing replacement. That's why his pit stop is a bit lackluster at the minute. Panic has come out in front of him, so Whiff drops theoretically 4 to 5 spots because of that wing replacement.
I think it's the right move, though, because he would have been losing plenty of time throughout that first sector. It looks like China's had a moment.
Looks like, yep. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry to do that to you, mate. It's first in best dress, as they say.
That's
As
it.
Shining Swarm picks up a little 3-second penalty.
I've got no idea what Lipa said, but I do agree. Mars on the podium here in Austin. I can read that bit. That's all I've got, mate. I'm sorry.
Look,
I don't know what language that is.
Mars 79 podium. Thanks for coming. That's all that matters.
That's all that
and you know
matters.
what? I'm all for it. All for it.
I'm all for it as well.
Get Master Splinter back on the podium. I'm not sure if he's had a podium this year so far. So
No, he's been close.
definitely. He has been close, but he's definitely deserving of one. For the amount of time and effort he puts into to everyone here in the community, he's a man deserving of a podium. As Sprinter is the first to pull the trigger. He had the right of way on the pit stop there, being the lead Sauber. This will give us a chance to see that undercut from Tudor, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out.
That's it. So we're just going to hop on board with Tudor as he comes around the final turn. And wow.
Whoa.
Well and truly in front of that kick. So
That's going to be a couple seconds by the end of it.
it will. Now, you did say that the tires here in Austin go forever on the hards, but Tudor is at a 2-lap disadvantage on Sprinter Giggles. But that being said, anything can happen.
I
And
think track position here is important too, especially through sector 1 and 3. If you can just save that battery up for sector 2, that long straight, and just burn, baby, burn, and stay in front, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be an easy place to overtake with that dirty air.
no, it won't. Like one of the we've seen a lot of passing tonight. There's no doubt about that. But one of the prime places to pass is where we're going to see two-door take it to Zonix here. This uphill, downhill straight, super long. Oh, Whiff just picks up a 3-second pen. So we're starting to see the penalties roll in. We've got a few drivers with pens. Panic with 3, Whiff with 3, Chi Dung with 3, Shining Swarm, I believe, with 3. Or did
Yep, I
Shining get
believe so.
picked up for? Let's just have a quick look at that. No, everybody with 3. Oprah Winfrey penalties. Everybody got the 3s.
And Mozza into the pits? Yes, absolutely. I'd be very, very surprised if
Yeah,
he didn't dive in on this
those
lap.
tires would be almost on puncture. There they are, 74,
Absolutely.
74, 75% from Mazda.
Absolutely. So
And
again,
Marzi
very
should
interesting
be
to see
coming
how
in
much
as
of
well,
a
and he is. Yep. Oh, he hits the
how much will
wall.
the undercut be? Oh no.
Marzi hit the wall, and I can't see if he got any damage on that wing. But no, there
Got
doesn't
away
look
with it.
like there's
Got
any
away with it.
damage on that wing. But there would definitely be some cursing.
Absolutely, he wouldn't be happy with himself there. So Tudor inherits the net lead of the race now as Mozza drops behind his teammate only by 7/10. So Mozza's actually ended up best out of this situation as he's ended up in the pretty much the same spot he already was on fresher tyres. So he's got to now just look after them for a little bit. Being on controller, it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you can just look after him for a couple laps and make sure he maintains that tyre advantage, he's in a good spot.
He certainly is. But good old Cheese Fingers, he can get the job done, no problem at all. Jerbot
Absolutely.
also had the undercut. Jerbot and PS Bomber also brought the undercut to Marzi, and they've clipped him by 4 seconds from the looks.
Yeah, so undercut's strong here, and the hards do go forever. So it's not like those hards are just going to fall off the cliff. If I go off my predictions right now, let me have a quick squizzaloony. Every driver is going to be sub 60% by the end of this race.
Oh, so we'll be well and truly A-OK. Brandy is
Well
the
and
only
truly.
one with question, right? So, but Brandy, going by the math, Brandy's got to take those tires to lap 18.
At least. At least lap 18.
So
I think he just hangs it for a safety car. Honestly, I think that's his best bet. If he wants to really, really push for a good result, you hang it all the way to about lap 20 at latest.
not really much happening on track. We got the Kick Boys, and they're just working together back and forth, doing a bit of a jockey in position there, DRS swapping to catch
Yep.
up to two-door.
Yeah, really important they don't battle too hard to make sure they can close that gap. Because if they start doing some inter-team battling, well, it's going to make Tudor's job very, very easy. And you've got to remember, both of these guys are in the championship fight for the title. 2 races to go. Yep, teamwork's a great thing. But at some point, do you say, well, I've got my race, I've got my season. I'm sorry, this is me now.
That's it. That's it. And, I think with everything on the line as it is, I think at the end of the day, the first 15, 20 laps, yeah, we're teammates. It's that last quarter of the race that's all like, I don't know you.
Yep,
I've never seen you
and
before.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Mars 79, much support from Bosnia. There we go. Love that. Absolutely love that from Leaper. Mars is getting the support worldwide. He's a worldwide man. He'll just jump on board and he runs a little bit deep onto the end, the start of the back straight. So, bit of work to do for old Marzi, but we know he's got pace. Master Splinter, he's a cool, calm, collected character. He can get the job done. Give him some time.
He certainly can. I've just hopped back on board with Zonix, so watching him get the move done down that straight. That's the cookie cutter place to pass.
Absolutely.
That straight. So, gets the job done quite easily. The car in front doesn't have DRS. You just open your wing and go.
Yeah, just a very cruisy blow by, isn't it?
It certainly is, but it.
Oh!
Oh!
That's
People
big.
watching on the stream, Mozzarella Fingers just got a 3-second penalty. That's
big.
going to crush him. So now, that whole thing that Tyrone and I were just talking about teammates, Mozzarella Fingers needs to dust Sprinter Giggles by 3 seconds minimum in this race in order to make a place up. Because right now, Sprinter Giggles is your championship leader. He's in P4. Two-door is your effective race leader. We say that because Brandy has not had a pit stop yet. So at one point,
Yeah,
Brandy
absolutely.
will need to come into pit. And the unfortunate thing for Brandy is he is going to come out P9.
Yep.
If he were to pit right now, he will end up P9. Would you
Yep,
say,
absolutely.
would you say, if you're Brandy, would it be beneficial for you? Because those tires, I mean, they're not hurting too much, all right? But would you maybe let one of the cars behind you pull you along? Or is
I
that
think it's a tough situation because he wants you. Look, yes, in a sense, because he's going to get past anyway. No matter what he does here, the tyre advantage that the guys behind have, he's going to get past. His job will be to hang on for as long as he can. And as soon as he gets dropped, I think he pits. Because if he keeps leaving it longer and longer, yes, I said safety car. Look, it depends on how much of a risk he wants to take. If he thinks there's a safety car in the future, as Marzi picks up a 3 second as well, by all means, hang it out. But yeah, it's all a matter of sticking with this pack as long as he can. Because, like you said, his tyres aren't hurting as much as you might expect. He can still hang with these guys. He's still within a second in terms of his lap time, as he does just lose 2 for the price of 1. But now it's really important for Sprinter. He needs to get through now. And it looks like Brandy may have even just let him through. So, look, respectful racing, fair play.
I think
Would I
that
have
was
done
it?
it?
We were
Oh,
yeah,
gee.
probably not. Let's be real. No, you'd have fought that. But
I would have
Sprinter
fought that.
Giggles. We were on board with Sprinter Giggles for that turn 1, and the line he took around the outside was so fast, so fast comparatively to what Brandy was doing on the inside. So I don't know if Dynasty was just letting the throttle up, but definitely was noticeable the entry and exit speeds that were taken there. Oh, and Jackal picks up a 3-second penalty. So here we go. We got Mazza up front, 3-second penalty for the cheese fingers, followed by Two-Door, and then Sprinter Giggles, and then Dynasty Sparrow.
Yep.
And,
Just as you was talking before, sorry to cut you off,
No, you're right.
both Two-Door and Sprinter have picked up their second warnings.
Ooh.
So it's not all hosed and done yet.
No, it's not.
As long as they're behind that dirty air, not hard to go wide.
No, it's not. And, we got Paisan saying Marzi going global in the chat. I did see this a minute ago, but I'm just going to outline it. Paisan's from Brunei.
Yes, I did know this.
Marzi does have a global support network.
He
that
does.
Guy. Tell you what. But so the 2 warnings already. So it's one more and done for each of them, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Moz's job now is to make it as hard as possible. Make that Sauber as wide as possible. Get brutal. Get strong. Get firm. Stay fair, but get firm.
Do you maybe try and suck the car in behind you with a little bit of dirty air?
You've got to play the game. You've got to play it as it is, especially with his position. He's at the moment he's breaking away. He's putting the foot down, saying, "Well, I'm going to look to build this gap." And I think as long as Sprinter Giggles is behind Two-Door, he can. Because I think that Sprinter's got more pace than Two-Door. I think Sprinter will keep up with Mozza. But at this point in the race, Mozza seems to have more pace than the RB driver.
He does. Two-Door but Two-Door and Sprinter are also fighting a bit. So
yeah.
that's where Mazza is able to get away a bit. If Two-Door and Sprinter were not fighting, they would be up there with Mazza, no doubt. But could this be a bit of a kick tactic? And this goes down to that whole RB kick clash that we were talking about. Now, unfortunately, Rmpt had to change his wing. He was running in about P6, P7 when he came in, but he's lost a few spots due to that wing change. As we see Scotty get the job done on Panic on the timing board, but they're going back and forth. We're going to go to this. This had to be that double right-hander, and surely it is. Now we're going to the double left-hander, so we'll kick it over to Scotty and watch from Panic from behind. There's that gearbox. They both get a pretty good exit, different lines, and they resume to the racing line that you see there. Panic flips the battery off. Kind of like how Husey flipped me off in the chat. But really good race in there from these guys. No bumping, no grinding. Nothing but respectable space, but that's brought Jackal up into it as well.
Yeah, love the clean racing from the boys down there. They're fighting away. it's good to see. And you know what would be great to see right now? I'm just going to give him a buzz real quick. Bert, what are you doing, mate? Are you busy?
Yeah,
I'd love,
no,
I'd love to
love a
see,
safety
I'd love
car.
to see your face.
I would
Love to see
love
your
to
face
see a
on the
safety
track.
car right now, because if there was a safety car right now, would these drivers come in and put mediums on?
I mean, yeah, they'd have the fresh set of mediums sitting there if they went the balanced setup. As, Sprinter, big dive down on Tudor. Tudor's going to go look for the switchback now. He's going to have to hang around the outside of the double right-hander. Really compromises Sprinter's line on the entry. Sprinter is all tucked up. Side by side, a little bit of wheel banging. Tudor's going to throw it up the inside now into the left-hander. Sprinter's going to have to hang around the outside. Plenty of space given. Good, respectful racing here. They're going to bang wheels a little bit again. They're going to be side by side through the quadruple right-hander. Sprinter picks up the 3-second.
3-second penalty for Sprinter Giggles.
There it is.
We were talking about
They're
this
still
earlier.
side by side.
Now both kick drivers are on the same sort of time mark, but Tudor's looking to come away with this one at the most right now, even though he's fighting with Sprinter Giggles for P2. But wow, sorry to cut you off, Tyrone. That 3-second penalty got me fired up.
Absolutely. And they're still side by side, and neither driver had DRS open there, interestingly enough. So now Tudor, again, looking for another switchback. Can he pull himself alongside one more time? Not on this occasion, so he's going to have to tuck up behind. But all the while that's happening, look at the gap to Mozza. He has built the 3-second, even as it stands. Yes, Tudor jumps Sprinter, but Tudor now needs to build that gap or bring that gap down if he wants any chance at P1.
You're certainly right. And we're on board with Tudor, and they come through those S's, and we saw Tudor go a little bit wide. So you saw that dirty air affected from Sprinter Giggles onto that Racing Bulls car. So here we go, 3.5 seconds behind is Sprinter Giggles. Tudor is going to easily be able to get the job done on this long straight because he'll have the DRS. Sprinter's going to be kind of a sitting duck towards the end of it. But how are these guys going to go? Second lap in a row where they have gone through the entirety of Sector 3 side by side. Here we go again. Round 2, fight. Racing Bulls versus Kick. Let's go Tudor. Let's go Sprinter Giggles.
Oh, there it is!
Oh!
There it is!
It is even. We got 3 seconds of penalty. You get 3 seconds of pen. You get 3 seconds of pen. Everybody gets a 3-second penalty. Tudor picks one up. So now it is even Stevens for the top 3.
Wow. Race to the line, gentlemen. And there's a yellow. There's a yellow. Who is it? Talk to me. Bert, where are you? It's Jackal. He's got going again.
He got straightened out. It was that Aston Martin of Jackal. We were all hopeful for a minute, and I know Dynasty Sparrow was probably hopeful as well because he'd benefit from that. He's got the mediums on. He's in P9. He would not have to come into the pits.
No, he would have just been brought right into the pack on fresh mediums while everyone else probably would have pitted again. He would have been in a nice spot there. He would have jumped a few spots, probably got himself up into P4. But not to be on this occasion, Bert. Not to be.
Yeah, not today, says EAF125. No safety car for you. But here we go. Like this top 3 battle, this is spicy. It's good.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's amazing. And you know what? Moz has picked up another warning through 3 seconds. So, look, it's not over yet. If he picks up another 3 second, then it gets interesting.
That you're not wrong. But I also want to point out, China and Qidong have been going back and forth the last few laps. They've been jockeying for position, going at each other. So even the battles all the way at the back, they just keep lapping over and over again. Just like Scotty and Panic. These two have been going at it as well, keeping those times really close to each other. Scotty is looking to get the job done on Panic, down the DRS straight. He'll tuck away to the inside. Panic is making him do it tight, though. That was a very tight line forced by Panic. Really good driving from him. Does not want to give up that P10. Does not
He's
want to give
holding
up
firm.
P10.
Oh, Scotty dives it up the inside.
Scotty,
That's aggressive driving. I like it.
That was good. It was aggressive. It was clean. There was no contact made. Play on.
Absolutely play on. As Panic runs a little bit wide, Scotty has to let off the throttle just ever so slightly. He's going to send Panic a little bit deep. And it's a beautiful little switch back from Scotty. What a move.
Wow. That Sector 3 racing was absolutely fantastic. These boys are having at it, and that's fantastic to see here in Cota.
Absolutely. That was fantastic racing from the two there. Scotty with a great switchback in the end. Just just line Panic up nicely. Panic with some fantastic defense through Sector 3, but obviously Scotty just ready to pounce on any little error, and Panic just had to take that tighter line into the second last corner as Scotty set him up a beauty.
Certainly has. And we're just going to hop back on board with Zonix. Now, 7 laps to go. Here we are. Zonix, lap 4, dead last because of that disconnection. Thank you, EA. Amazing networking. Zonix has worked his way back up to P6. He is looking to catch up to his teammate in Jerbot, in PS Bomber after he gets past Jerbot here. He's only 1.5 seconds behind. I reckon he'll be able to get that move done in the next 3 laps.
Yeah, I think so too. He's on an absolute mission. I see him finishing P4. The gap to P3 is just so big. It's just grown all race. They've been in a class of their own, the front 3, and credit to them. They put the practice in, they put the time in, and they're reaping the rewards now.
Yeah, they certainly have. And Sprinter is not shy to say to say how bad he wants things done. But he's really putting in the time, putting in the effort, putting in the work, and it's showing out there on track. And we saw, I think it was Panic pick up another 3 second. Was that the?
It was, yes. It's a shame.
Shame. So him, Panic, and Shining Swarm are both on 6 seconds. Everybody else that has a penalty is currently on 3.
And look, over half the grid's got penalties. So like we said before the race, if you can keep it pen-free, you'll reap the benefits. At the moment, Dynasty Sparrow's going to reap some benefit. Scotty's going to potentially reap some benefit. He can close that gap to Whiff down a little bit. China's going to reap some benefit. He can close that gap down a little bit. It's the simple things in life. And you know what I'm most impressed with? It is Dynasty Sparrow. 0 warnings. What a man.
Oh, he's a clean driver, mate. There's no doubt about it.
What a man.
But here we go. We got Zonix. Is he going to be able to get the move done on Jerbot going into this left-hander? He does have the DRS,
far back, I think.
but he's too far back. You're spot on. But
oh, wow.
How low are Jerbot's wings? Did you see his getaway speed down that front straight?
It was rapid, and I think it's showing because he is struggling through Sector 3. Zonix is all over the back of him. Look at the exit. Look, there it is. He's all over him, and then Jerbot just disappears. So, what do we got here? He's going to try around the outside. Obviously, Jerbot's just having to lift the throttle ever so slightly into these last couple of corners to the quadruple right-hander as well. So I think Zonix could have a move here up into turn 1 if he gets it right. So here we go. Let's see what this pace difference is like now. Oh, it's a move. It's a move made for kids, mate. That's light work. Easy pickings. Candy Crow babies. Zonix goes through.
That was easy done on Jerbot. Up the inside by Zonix. And they're going to head through these S's in Sector 1. But PS Bomber and Zonix, Mercedes, they're strong, mate. They're strong. These guys are side by side more often than you would think.
I can't think of a race where they haven't finished next to each other. It's a partnership. It is a 2-man team, well and truly over a Mercedes. What I'm interested to see, if Zonix catches PS Bomber, what's going to happen then? Are they going to hold stations and say, well, look, mate, I'm P4 here for the benefit of our race and not letting the guys behind catch up? We're going to hold as they are, because they'll be in a chat, no doubt. They're very close mates, these two. Or will Zonix say, look, mate, I'm in a championship fight here. I need everything I can get. Let me through.
See, I think, because they're such close mates, I think that's the play. I genuinely think that's the play. I think Bomber should let Zonix through. Because Zonix,
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Zonix is what, P2 in the championship? Or P3?
I believe so.
I don't know. The top 3 are separated by like 9 points.
It's very close. Very, very close. So Zonix needs everything to get, especially with Sprinter and Mozza, both picking up great points.
Yeah, 100%. And, we're just on board with Dynasty Sparrow at the minute, seeing if he can get the job done on Marzi. He's on those mediums, and you got to get the work done early. So he's currently on 4-lap-old mediums, 5 laps now. Marzi is on 11-lap-old hards. The tire parity is about the same as far as grip goes.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get moves done in the next couple of laps, he will struggle to get anything else done for the rest of the race, because he's in a bit of a DRS train now. If he gets through, he could be a bit of a threat to Zonix and PS Bomber, but it needs to happen probably this lap.
It certainly does need to happen this lap. And Marzi does have DRS on Jerbot, and Jerbot does have DRS on Zonix. So that
Yeah, this
that
DRS
should
train
be
game.
that should be known as well. But it looks like Jerbot is on the cusp. If I can press the right button.
Yellow, yellow.
Oh, it's a
Cheese
yellow.
in the wall. Cheese in the wall.
Chidong, is he
Anything.
in a compromising spot? No, he's not. He's straightening it out. Back on track. There's no cars behind him. There's a Haas in Shining Swarm catching up to him. But Chidong is back. He's sorted out. He's got no front wing. Well, it's there, but it's if that was a shit Quattro, it would be a shit Uno at the moment. There's only like 1 or 2 blades left on that thing.
He's going to be feeling that for the whole lap too. So it's a shame for Chi. He was one of my picks at the start of the season to have a really, have a red hot crack at this championship. So look, I don't think he's quite had the season he expected, or maybe a few people expected. But no doubt he'll be back next season with some vengeance, I would say.
I'd say so. Like taking my words, can't talk.
It's all right. Try again.
Yep.
I'll forgive you.
Remix. In the preseason, Chidong was heap strong. So I don't know if he's just not been able to put the time in that he wants. But I know when he was there, because he was virtually in every single preseason race, and when it was the third track or the third day in a row of the same track, he was an ace.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, in Monza, in the practice races, he was all over it, and then he got caught up in some incidents in the first race. So I wonder if it's maybe it just took a bit of confidence from him, maybe a bit of that drive. But look, he's got pace, and I think he knows it. I know it. A lot of guys do. He's got what he needs. It's just a matter of time, I think, for Cheat until he finds his feet again.
yeah, you're not wrong. And here we go. We got Dynasty Sparrow right on the back of Marzi, but they both got the DRS. But the thing I want to point out is Zonix. He's now got DRS on PS
Yep.
Bomber. He is ready. So, we've only got a few laps to go, Tyrone. Normally we bring this up a little bit earlier, but comms. Comms, who's your driver of the day? I'm going to say it. For me, it's going to be Zonix.
Yeah, he's had an unbelievable recovery drive, hasn't he? Dropping down the last after the first couple of laps with that disconnect, recovering all the way up to P5, potentially P4. It's been unbelievable for him. So, look, in the sense of being boring, I think I'm going to back you in there and say Sonics is my driver of the day as well. But that's to take nothing away from Mr. Mozzarella Fingers. He has had a dominating weekend of racing, or night of racing, I should say. He qualified well. He's been in the top 2 all race, swapping with his teammate, and when it mattered most, he took advantage of a bit of battling behind him, and he's left him in the dust. So they're my top 2, but I'd lean towards Zonix as well after a fantastic recovery.
Yeah, I think, I understand that whole thing with Mozzarella Fingers. Oh! Marzi with another 3-second penalty. That brings his total up to 6. Now he is in, I don't know what the word is, but he's in
Range,
trouble. Yeah,
trouble.
he might be moving down to 9th. If Whiff
Yeah,
Latif,
Whiff.
If Whiff can get his time, oh no. Whiff's also got 3 seconds. You know what? Let's just check out the penalties, eh? Let's just have a look at this. All right.
There's a lot of them
here we
going
go.
around.
There is. All right, Do-si-do, here we go. The top 3 have 3 seconds. Marzi is with 6. Whiff Matif in P9 has 3 seconds. So essentially, Mars will fall down to P8, and Brandy will go up to P7. Whiff will stay the same at the moment. Then we've got Panic with 6, Jackal with 3. So Jackal's looking to jump up. China with 3, and then Shining Swarm with 9, and Chidong with 3 as well. But looks like Panic is getting the job done on Scotty again.
Yep, they're side by side again, these two. It's been all race. They've been side by side. They've been fighting tooth and nail. It's been fantastic to watch. Scotty's going to keep around the outside again on this occasion. But these two have been battling all, and even though Panic's got the penalties, it's great to see it. They're still going side by side, having a crack, having a bit of fun. And it's just good. It's good racing, really, isn't it? It's been good to watch.
Oh, and Jackal just trailing right behind him, picks up another 3-second penalty. And Panic is probably like, whoo, because that means he's not going to lose another spot. But, yeah, it has been good to watch these. And if you notice in the braking zones, these guys' tires are absolutely cooked at the minute. They're
Yep.
pushing it. Looks like Panic and Jack will have some flat spots. I can't really say for
Yeah, those
certain,
guys don't look healthy.
but something about him just looks weird compared to normal.
Now, they're looking fantastic, but I'm on board with Zonix now because he's only a couple tenths behind his teammate. He's not going to make it too hard. He's even putting into none for him. So he's going to say, Zonix, off you go, mate. Great recovery. See what you can do now because, as PS1 picks up a 3-second as well just to really solidify the cake, which is going to put him under a bit of pressure from Jerabot. So now he's got to get the foot down and hope his teammate Zonix can pick up the pace just a touch, just to help him out now and stay out of that range. As Tudor picks up another 3-second.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, no,
dear.
Tudor.
I mean, it's the last
So
lap
that
of the
really
race
hurts.
now. So, last lap of the race has started. We got a yellow in Sector 1. Looks like the RB and a Haas. So, Cheetong and Shining Swarm may have made contact. Not too sure. But unless something tragic happens, Tudor, you got to put some pressure on Sprinter Giggles, mate. Got to get him to make some mistakes.
Absolutely, and Sprinter will know that. He's just got to keep it within the white lines, especially because if Tudor makes the move, he's currently got it, but if he puts another little penalty to his name, then it becomes a bit more interesting. But looking at what I'm seeing here, he's still got 2 warnings in hand. As long as he drives sensibly, he's got this one safe and sound, which is good for him.
Yeah, and Mozzarella Fingers, 5 seconds ahead
Gone.
at the finish of the
Disappeared.
race. Like, he's really put it down.
It's impressive.
Oh, whiff. The
Whiff.
other RB driver picks up another 3 seconds, so he is up to 6 at the minute.
Still safe from Scotty though, so not the end of the world for the whiff. Well, Mr. Thundernuts, this has been a true pleasure joining you here in the comments box around Texas. Shining Swarm picks up a 3-second, but Moz is going to bring it around the final couple of corners for the final time in that kick out of that green machine. Last 2 corners to navigate. It's been almost a perfect race for him. He's going to bring it around the final corner. Nice, safe and sound. He'll bring it in, hands in the air. What a nice little victory there for Mozzarella Finger 6. What a man, as his teammate Sprinter Giggles makes it a Sauber 1-2 for the second time this season, as Tudor will have to follow in P3 after a very solid race for him as well.
It should also be noted as well that PS Bomber has made up that time. So
Absolutely, he's done well.
Jerabot may have had an incident.
Jerabot's dropped to P8.
But he's dropped down to P8.
He does recover to P7 after penalties, but yeah, he was up in P6. So I wonder what's happened there, whether it was some contact or maybe it's a little mistake with tyre wear. As Scotty now rounds the last couple of corners now to finish out his race in P10 for the Scuderia Ferrari. Nice little race there from Scotty, followed by Panic, and those two are going side by side at every opportunity. Jackal with a few little bumps and scrapes on his car brings it home in P12, followed by China, who was probably hoping for a bit more, but he won't be disappointed. Look, always good points here with a bit of a smaller grid, 15. Everyone scores points now tonight. And then to round it out, Cheetong and Shining Swarm are bringing it through Sector 3. They were just moseyed on home, keeping it nice and tidy between the lines. Happy days. No one can argue.
That's it. Do you want to go ahead and tag Moza Sprinter and Twodu and get him in the comments box?
Absolutely.
That'd be fantastic while we wait for these other guys to go ahead and finish the race. So nobody got lapped. That's good. Just a couple of incidents that saw some people towards the back of the pack. And looks like Cheetong really wanted to stop that car and say hi to his pit crew. But yeah, that's your race from Cota. Pretty good racing, lots of passing. Some moves were really aggressive. Some moves, I don't know if tickets could be a little bit interesting. I'm not saying that there were some clear incidents out there, but there might be a couple of tickets come through on this one. We did see some front wing end plates go flying, so you never know. You never know. And perception is reality. In the heat of the moment, you could feel one way, but might not be that way at the end of the day. We'll find out. So we'll just go over this real quick. So Zonix is your driver of the day. He's done the most overtakes. He was the cleanest driver. He was the comms driver of the day. And the game even agreed with us. Fastest lap goes to Cheetong. He set it on those soft tires at the end. And then your race winner is the cheese man, Mozzarella Fingers, Mozza.
Fantastic stuff. And look, I'm just going to throw out a cheeky battle of the race to Panic and Scotty because they were side by side all race. That was awesome to watch.
Oh, yeah.
So Unfortunately, Tudor cannot join us in the comments box, so it's going to be a very Sauber-dominated room with us tonight. I suppose we'll start off with Mr. Sprinter Giggles, who has done everything he needed or everything he could have done tonight to help his championship fight, but finds himself in a bit of a McLaren IRL situation now with his teammate Mozza. Sprinter, talk to me. How are we feeling after tonight?
Obviously a good result. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get it. I'm not going to lie, I thought Tudor and I were going to die when we were wheel to wheel. I had to avoid him and I had to drive off the track a little bit, so I got a penalty. So obviously a bit annoying getting 3 seconds when my teammate has one, and I can obviously get the win if I didn't get that. I mean, well, at the time I could have got the win if I didn't have a 3 second, but Mozza was just too quick. Yeah, good race for Tudor. It was a good battle we had, and Mozza, absolutely amazing. Too much pace for us to catch up.
Absolutely, he was a man on a mission, old mozzarella fingers. But in terms of your championship hopes, I believe that brings that gap down again. He may even be level with you. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to have another double check. It's very close either way. One race to go. Reverse championship order. You'll be starting side by side on the back row of the grid in Spa, looking at a 100% race. How many hours are going into some practice for this week, mate?
Depends how many Mozza's doing. I'll do more than Mozza.
I like it. I like it. Measure yourself with your teammates. Always a good spot. Mr. Thunder Sparkle Nuts, what do you got?
Look, Sprinter, you had a really good quali, P2, and there was a time where you led the race a little bit, and then, Mazda got ahead of you. But Tudor was just creeping up, and I got to know, because I know you and Mazda were in the chat together, bit of EC. Were you playing rear gunner for Mazda and trying to keep Tudor at bay?
No, it was kind of just like working together, trying to get past him, and then building the gap between everyone else, just in case an incident did happen and we did collide, we would have a bit of a buffer space.
That's you and Mazda.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first stint, but I'm talking about the second stint. The second stint is when Mazda started peeling away, and
Yes.
Tudor was right behind you, chomping at your heels. Were you
Yeah.
playing a bit of rear gunner, just trying to make your car as wide as possible so Tudor couldn't get by?
Yeah, I was just trying to secure the P2. I reckon at that point, I thought like P1 wasn't on the cards anymore. Mozza was just too quick, so I was just trying to defend for P2.
It looked that way with you and Tudor fighting side by side. And I gotta say, you guys had a battle that went through Sector 2, Sector 3, and then went around through Sector 1, single file, and then you returned again side by side. And that was some really awesome wheel-to-wheel racing that we saw. A little bit bumpy at times, but it was good to see that there was no damage brought about, and you guys both kept it clean. So awesome race to you. Good job on your points, and congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll head over to Cheese Fingers, Mozzarella,
Evening,
P1.
lads.
P1, you put the call out in the div chat saying that this is my best time, so you know I'm not lying. You didn't quite get that time tonight in quali, but you were damn close. And you qualied on pole. You won the race. How you feeling, Mozza?
Oh, phenomenal, mate. I wanted a win before the final round where me and Sprinter would most definitely be starting P20 and P19 if we get a full grid. But it was just, honestly, well done to the Mercedes as well. Zonix disconnecting on the first lap and bringing it home for P4 in the end. Brilliant job from him. But yeah, I love this track. It was great. Got a win here in Rapid. Got a win here today. Yeah, I just wanted one before the final round.
Awesome, mate. That's really good to hear. Good to hear you're in good spirits, mate. Like, it was a heck of a drive from you. Pole position, finished it off with P1. Congratulations, man. Like, there was a time, you heard Sprinter and I just talking a second ago, where he was battling with Tudor. Did you see that in your rearview mirror and just think to yourself, now's my time? You were the only one at the time that had a 3-second penalty out of you top three. So, was that your self-imposed time of like, I gotta get 3 seconds in front?
Yeah, so I knew Sprinter. Sprinter did say because he listens to you guys on stream, and he knew Tudor had two warnings. He himself had two warnings when I got my 3 seconds. But as I always love to do, I'd rather uh, my tire wear not be too high. I'd rather they be lower than someone who doesn't undercut, because in the end, the final lap is what counts, and I showed that today.
Yeah, you did, and congratulations to you, mate. P1 kick. Oh, gotta say it, kick domination in Div 1 again. You guys are just absolutely smashing it. Um, and
Tyrone,
congratulations
this
to
is your
both you
fault for
guys.
basing us off of vibes.
Uh, you know what? I will take that misdirected hostility. Moving right along, Tyrone, what have you got for the good old saucy hat?
Uh, Look, I was going to give him props and say, welcome to the winners column in Rmpt, but you know what? Now I'm going to give him the virtual hues, give them double middle finger, and say, you know what, bugger you don't deserve my props anymore. But no, Mozza, absolutely rip and drive, mate. You said you had the pace. You proved it right. I suppose the only question I've got for you is, at what point did you think, you know what, it's time to say goodbye to these boys and put my best pace in?
It was when I got past Tudor and Brandy at the same time. Brandy, of course, on the harder strat went hard medium. He led us all through, but I went. If I can get past Tudor down the straight, which I ended up doing, I could make it happen. And what I ended up getting through, Sprinter had an absolute cracker of a battle. I did see them side by side a couple of times when I look back. Um, but yeah, it was a great race, great comms. I will be watching it back to see how much glaze I got. Um,
No glaze,
and
only
no
donuts.
glaze, only donuts. Fair enough. Or a peanut, as you call me.
Yeah,
Peanut.
or a peanut. Well, mate,
Well,
that's an absolute ripper. I'm going to ask you the same question. P20, P19, the Kick Brothers, side by side Spa, looking to go up Eau Rouge and Radion for what is it, 40 odd times around Spa in a 100% race?
44, 45,
44, he
and
knows. Well, there you
44.
go. How many hours of practice is it going to take to get it done?
Um, Look, this race I practiced because I really wanted my first win. I think I'm going to go back to not practicing because everyone saw my
Oh,
pace when I
wow.
practiced and gone, oh no, not that.
One round to
I,
go. You heard it. Mozza says no practice. Sprint Jump's run it back. What do you say to that? Thanks for the championship.
No, if he doesn't practice, then I won't practice. I'll make it easy.
Wow. What a time to be alive for Division 1. Boys, it's not over. Zonix is in the picture still. Don't let the man sneak in.
No, he's here.
Oh, he's around. Zonix is sniffing. But anyway, fantastic stuff, boys. I cannot believe it. Look, I cannot wait for next round. I am so excited for your battle from the back of the pack to fight through Spa. It's going to be absolute cinema. So well done today, boys, and I cannot wait till next round.
Thank you, mate.
Wait, what's up?
Yo.
I calculated the points for
Deal
next
with,
round.
deal with that later. We're still live, boys. All right, so that being said, Sprinter Giggles is eager. But, next week we're at Spa. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? If you've ever raced in any of these F1 games and loaded into Belgium, you could literally flip a coin. Is it a monsoon outside or is it clear as day? And generally, it's going to rain at least once every race. It doesn't matter if it looks clear when you start, some sprinkles might come down at some point. But that being said, this has been Division 1 RMPT F1 from Cota, Austin, Texas. Thank you for watching. And remember, physical health matters and mental health matters, and you matter. If you're feeling down or if something's bothering you, reach out to your friends, reach out to your mates, put yourself out there. It's a tough step to take, but you'll be overwhelmed with the support you receive. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow night as the Titans take on the same track.